Welcome. Hello, hello, hello. It is, what day is it? It's Saturday, July 26th. Uh, 2025. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a little earlier than normal, so we're all kind of discombobulated. It's a little after 8:13 p.m. Eastern. Yes, it is my birthday. Welcome, and thank you. If you're one of those people that have sent me something online on Facebook, thank you for that. I hate how Facebook does their notifications and shows you notifications. It shows you notifications like mixed in from a week ago as well as 10 minutes ago. So I try to hit every person that sends me something, but it's very hard. So I will just put out one blanket statement tomorrow. I'll try to go back and like every single thing and interact, but it's very, very hard. So if I have missed you, I'm sorry. Thank you. And welcome. We're not going to be on here long. We're supposed to be out at the Madison County Fair, but I talked to Catherine a little bit ago, and she was getting ready to wrap it up. The fair had really kind of wound down yesterday. Really, she said a lot of people were just gone, and they were tearing things down today. And then it was starting to storm, so she was like, "Listen, there's no reason for you to come over here, waste the time coming over here. It's just kind of it's a mess." So I'm here. I'm at the house. I'm here. And welcome. Nobody else is here because I'm never here normally on Saturdays. And if I am here on Saturday, it's specifically not here before 9 o'clock. So welcome to all two of you that are here. Kate is not here. I'm messaging Kate right now. She worked at the Stone Mansion all day today and is completely overheated. Said she's made herself sick. So I was like, just hang out. You don't need to jump on. There's no need to do that. I'm not going to be here long. I just wanted to jump on because I told you all I would. And I didn't want to put up something saying, no show. So I wanted to pop on here long enough for those of you that I told. Oh, wait, this is not even broadcasting out to everywhere yet. Ha! Hold on one second. Holy crap, I just now noticed that. We're only broadcasting out to... Hold on, wait a second. Let me add... Welcome to those of you that are just now joining this program already in progress. That's completely See what happens when Kate's not here? I completely don't know what's going on. I still can't get to the comments. Give me 1 second here. But I might need to take that down. It says, happy birthday to me. Move over Mark Levin, for I am the great one. But maybe I'll give that title back to Mark because it might not be true. Let's see here. Welcome to Les. Says, happy birthday to you. Great one. Let's see. Happy birthday. Thank you, Paula. Thank you to all of you. Welcome, Alva. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Alva. Thank you, Joe Black. Sent you some gummies on Facebook, but they got returned, and he ate them. I was just talking to my grandparents about that today. I said today would have been a perfect day to sit around and eat gummies with them. That were laced with marijuana. And then I got to thinking, I think that's a bit tame. I'm just going to dose my grandparents with mushrooms coming up here. So look back for a report on that. We'll have a report on my grandparents' magic mushroom trip here coming up, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. Let's see what Joe's got to say here. Joe says, a father took his 8-year-old daughter to work on Take Your Kid to Work Day. As they were walking around the office, the girl started crying and getting very upset. As the staff gathered around, she sobbed loudly and said, Daddy, where are all the clowns you said you worked with? Ho! That's funny. I love it. I love it. That's a good joke. I'm telling you, even the really corny, cheesy, like dad jokes, I don't know where you get them or what the deal is with you, but the majority of the things that you've told, I haven't heard before. So I really, really, really like that. I really like that. Yeah, Alva, I think it I think it probably would be. I think it probably would be. It would definitely be interesting. Look at this birthday present I got today. Look at this. This is a nice little. You guys can't see it. See, so one of these days, I promise you, I keep saying this, but it just doesn't happen because here's the deal. I could take time and make the studio look nice, but that would take time out of digging and talking and doing actual work. And I just cannot bring myself to do it. One of these days, I will have an actual studio set that will look nice and will be coming to you live from someplace. Right now, how it is, I get to see all my fun stuff. I get to see everything I got on the board. I get to see all of my cool toys and all of my neat little things. And you only get to see some of the junk and some files. But I get to see all the cool stuff. But one of these days, you guys will be in it. And this is one of them. Look, this is a light. Look at this. Look. Let me see. What do I do here? Oh, look. There. I turned it off. But I like plants. I've got plants around here, and these are fake plants, so they never will die. But look, this is lit up. I like that. So I've just got that right here for right now. Hey, look at this. Look what we've got here. Tweety Bird with a $9.99 gift. A super. I don't know what they call that. A super tweet. It's not tweet. A super something. A super message. It's from the Super Friends. I don't know what it's called, but thank you very much, Tweety Bird. Very, very gracious. And thank you kindly. Tiffany Wargo says, happy birthday from the Wargos. Thank you. I hope you guys are having a great weekend on my birthday. And Tweety Bird says, happy birthday, of course. Thank you. Joe Black in here with the super sticker. That's what it is. Oh, Tweety Bird even said, what the hell? It says right here. I'm so dumb. That's hilarious. So, yeah. Okay. Well, the super sticker. So thank you. It even said it there. I cannot. How stupid. So thank you all for that. Let me figure out how to take this down. Well, why does it keep saying that? Oh, it's just green. Okay. Well, awesome. So, I'm trying to think. We're not going to be on here long. I might give a few more people a chance just to jump on, see if they get here, but we don't have a big show. Nothing. I don't have anything lined up. I've spent the majority of the day doing what I absolutely love to do, which when I have time to myself, it's to I love taking in political content and listening to shows and taking in news. That's something that is very fun for me, but it is also my job. Like, I look at it as my job. I have to look and read and listen to so much content. And so when I have time that I'm like, okay, I'm going to take some time for myself, I like to take in other kinds of content. And so I've taken some time to take in some other content and kind of have a good day. So we don't have anything political. I was thinking if there was anything. I felt like I had to rush through some stuff. I'm going to have to go back and look at the beginning of the show from last night, or Thursday rather, before the Sunday show, because I know I need to talk to you guys more in depth about the Delaware County redevelopment deal. I need to talk about that. I put out a post about that on social media early this morning. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, read that. It's what I talked about on Thursday at the beginning of the show. And then I need to talk about the meme and the Wolf Boom radio stuff. So we'll start the show on Sunday with all that stuff. But let me see. What do we got going on here? I'm going to hit the Powerball tonight, and you will put Kendall and Casey to shame with your studio. Yes, no, it will be. It's the Lighthouse Studios. I still stick to that. That's on everything. Matter of fact, well, I'll hold that off. But yeah. No, I've got a lot of everything I have in here is what they've got. It's high tech. You guys just don't see it because it's all in front of me and the camera's right here. So that's like I walked into a spider web. Anyways, whatever. No, Tweety Bird. So, maybe I don't know. Maybe you didn't hear. You weren't on. So I was starting to go over to the Anderson Fair, and Catherine called me and said that because we were going to go live. That was part of what we were going to do. But I do hope you hit the Powerball tonight, Alva. And so my thoughts and best wishes to you on that. I will not stand in your way. But no, so I started to go over to the Madison County Fair, and Catherine told me that they were starting to kind of tear it down. Today's the last day, and they were saying that people were kind of tearing things down, and it was basically like wrapping up. And then on top of that, it started to storm over there. So she was like, "Nah, there's no reason to come over." I guess she was getting ready to kind of tear down and leave herself. So she said that since it was my birthday, she was going to let me off the hook and I didn't have to come over. And I was like, yes, awesome. That's why I'm live from here, from the only upstairs basement in the world, because I'm not in Madison County. So, yeah, well, Alva, it's because the majority of the Republicans over there a lot of them are tied to the county government. They have jobs in county government, whether they are actually elected officials or they just work in city and or county or state government. And so a lot of them only like to do it during the week when they're at work. It's like, they're like, we're not getting paid on Saturday, so we're not going to be here for this. So I think that's what was going on there. So kind of a weird deal. Oh, I can tell you. I'm glad you mentioned that, though, because my phone is dead. And it just powered up because I have it plugged in now. And as soon as it goes through and cycles on, while we're on air, I'm going to text the Delaware County Republican chairman, Tim Overton. He told me that they were holding a meeting today and would then know where the upcoming picnic would be held. And so today is Saturday, and it's 8:27. Still early enough. I'll text him and be like, yo, so how did that meeting go? Where did we land on having the big picnic? So we'll see. Let's see here. Let me... Hey, look at this. Someone sent me a message. Hold on. I need to make it where you guys can see it. Someone sent me a message. I don't know that I can make it to where you can see it. I'll try. I want to block this out. I don't want you to see this. Okay. So I don't know if you can see this or not, but oh man. What am I doing? Someone sent me a message that says, "Happy birthday, asshole." So, Mayor Ridenhour did just send me a message. It says, "Happy birthday, asshole." Just from Mayor Dan. So, isn't that lovely? No, that's actually not from Mayor Dan. That's from another one of my loving and adoring fans. The true birthday wish from Muncie, however, the Muncie mayor says, "Happy birthday, Kristopher H. Bilbrey." From one public figure to another, I wish you a day filled with as much scrutiny, passion, and spirited debate as you bring to every day life. I may not always agree with your views, okay, almost never, but I will give you this. You've mastered the art of holding feet to the fire, mine included. So on your birthday, I will raise this glass of responsibly poured city water to accountability, democracy, and maybe a moment of peace and quiet, if just for today. Enjoy it while it lasts. The next council meeting is just around the corner. Best wishes, Muncie Mayor Dan Ridenhour. And before I get sued by anybody, no, yeah, he didn't send that to me either. I went to Grok and I asked AI Grok, and then I asked producer Monty. I said, "Hey, if Mayor Ridenhour would send me a birthday message, what would it sound like?" And that's what they just gave me. So that's that's a nice message. Yeah, it was from AI Dan, not real Dan. So we can wish, we can hope. Let's see here. Is the Ross Center big enough for their picnic? Well, yeah, but they wouldn't technically be able to have it there. They wouldn't be able to have it there because it too's a city park, and they run into the same situation. It runs into the same situation as Prairie Creek. Okay, let's send this message off to Tim Overton and see what we get. So, how was the meeting? Did we finally land on a location for the picnic on what day is it supposed to be? What day is the picnic? Is it Saturday, August 9th? Saturday, August 9th. All right, we'll see what he says. We will see what he says here. I'm sure he's not going to like that I message him. And one of two things are going to happen. He's going to tell me, or if he still tries to play it close to the vest and not tell me, I'll find it from a source here in a moment, and I will let him know that I know where it's at. That's what I hate when they do that kind of crap. He's texting. Happy birthday, Brenda Grider. Thank you. Happy birthday back to you, and welcome and welcome. It's also Mick Jagger's date of birth today. My brother-in-law's birthday, or excuse me, my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, my sister-in-law's birthday was yesterday, and all kinds of great things. I got a case of water for my birthday today. So happy. Jeremy, thank you. Is it done out there now, Catherine? Are you all gone? Has the fair ended? Is it over? Let me take a look through here real quick and see if there's anything else. That's what I thought. I do want to say, for the record, I had someone contact me the other day and tell me that they were worried that the Newcastle city government was not following the yeah, send it to me, Catherine. Was not following the new public access law. And I called and I got through to some people, and I looked, and from everything I can see, they are complying. I don't see anything where they're not complying on. So I'm going to have to reach back out to that source, or if that source watches this or hears this, contact me, and we'll talk together through it, and I'll let you know what my thoughts are. But from everything I'm seeing, they are. And while I'm talking about this, yeah, Brenda, I see. That's what I'm saying. I think they are. From everything I saw, they are complying. I don't see anything that they're doing that does not seem like it's meeting the requirement. They're live streaming the various meetings within the city council chambers. Check. They are archiving those meetings for later view. Check. And they're posting that. Check. So I'm going to reach back out to that source and find out if there's something else that I'm missing. But everything that I see, it looks as if they are following the law. And I'll tell you, most of the local government around that I am seeing, they are following the law. They're following it. So, what is this we're looking at here? Now, I would have came to this. This doesn't look like what you told me it was, because I would have come to this thing. This looks fun. This looks like Catherine and some people are eating for my birthday without me. So I would have come to this. You didn't tell me you guys were doing this. I would have definitely been down for this. But that's what you get. You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me you were hanging out, having fun and eating inside a little diner. So it looks like Tim is just typing. It's just bubbles are going and going and going, but he's not sent anything back yet. So I don't know if he's sending me a book or if he just fell asleep on the keyboard. You need an ID to get in where they are. I called somebody else today I called someone else that was from a Muncie person, and I was like, "Hey, where are you?" And the person said that they were at some kind of beer fest in downtown Anderson. I don't know if there was. I don't know what was going on. Someone's like, "We're having a beer fest in Anderson," and I was like, "Oh, well, cool. Well, pour one out for me. I'm a teetotaler." So he's like, "I'll drink one for you." And I was like, "Well, I generally drink like 5 or 6, so you better have at it, and a designated driver." But I guess they were having something else in Muncie today too. Something downtown on Cannons Commons. They had all these tents, and it looked like they had a dunk tank where people were throwing balls at a dunk tank, and they had like a band on the stage. And this was probably at 4 o'clock as I was driving northbound. So I don't know what that was, because I pulled over to take video of it. I was actually going to incorporate it into my message from Dan. I was going to say that Dan threw that little party for me as he made a resolution that today was Bilbrey Day in the city of Muncie. But I instead got home and watched some TV and chilled out and didn't do any of that. So maybe next year. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything in the my list here, and really I'm just waiting on Tim to respond back. Come on, Tim. We're waiting on you. We're waiting on you. I will tell this. No, I better wait till Sunday. I better wait till Sunday because there's not enough people here, and I want to make sure I tell everybody. So come back tomorrow. We'll have a good show tomorrow. We'll talk about a lot. We got a lot of good Muncie, Delaware County stuff that we're looking at. I'm currently also talking to someone from Henry County that's going through a major issue in Henry County, where it seems like a lot of different people are kind of like out to get him and his family. And it's kind of a weird deal, but there's not much I can say about it until things go through the motions. But there's something there for those of you that are like, what's going on in Henry County? There are things that are building in Henry County. All of the lawsuits are happening, and they're all coming to fruition, and people are coming out and are trying to hold people accountable, which is good. And there are some other things that are good. So we're watching that. Obviously, still watching what's going on in Winchester with the private property. Watching always what's going on in Muncie with just everything that goes on in Muncie and or Delaware County. And gearing up for the Plan Commission. I will put this up to make it's not really a Sproles thing. It's like loosely connected to Sproles, but not really. So it's kind of one of those. It's a weird thing. Oh, look, Kate's here too now. I want to put this up here for you guys, just so you guys can see what we've got here. So everyone knows, again, we have a special meeting on the solar ordinance. Let me see if Brand ever emailed me back. I did talk to Brand. Brand and I communicated the other day. I'm going to talk to you guys about that tomorrow on Sunday. We'll go through all of that. But I also asked him for something else. And I want to see if he responded. I also talked to somebody today that has very, very intimate knowledge about James King. No, they're not there's some things going on with Sproles, but not really that. Because the thing that's going on again happened. The thing that I'm talking to you about, the guy that I said there's something going on. Again, this thing kind of happened before Sproles came to power, so it's not like a Sproles incident. It's very similar to the damn it. It's very similar to the sexual assault things. Okay, LaRue. Am I saying that right? Who's it? Yeah, I know. So wait a minute. Still waiting on that nonsense, unfortunately. Okay. So listen to this, because I wanted to be I wanted to be sure. So I sent this to Brand. It says, "Hello, Stephen. I meant to ask you the other day while we were on the phone, but I completely forgot. Can you please tell me what specific sections or issues with the solar ordinance that the Plan Commission will be considering? Because I was under the impression..." Now, this is kind of all starting to bleed together, so I apologize for this, but I was under the impression that the ordinance was basically all done, and there was just a couple sections that they were going to talk about. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I thought that there was just a couple sections they were dealing with, and like setbacks and things. But this is what Brand sends back to me. He says, "Not knowing what the Plan Commission members will ask, I assume the entire ordinance is up for discussion. The setbacks are unchanged, with exception of one that was reduced. The decommissioning language was amended, and property value guarantee language was added." Does that jive with what you thought? Does that jive with what you thought? I didn't know that the whole ordinance could be up for discussion. That's interesting. When did he send that to me? Okay. As long as that works with what you're saying, you and other, I'm sending that out to a couple of other people just to make sure that everything sounds right. I wanted to make sure, because I don't want people going there with a specific thought process and not being able to be heard because they want to know about section A, and they're like, "Well, we're only talking about sections, you know, D through T or whatever." I don't know. I just wanted to make sure that we knew beforehand what all was happening. So we will. I'll do that. Let me see if Timmy has responded back to me yet. Still nothing. Oh no, he's still. I don't know what he's doing, man. What are we doing? I guess I'm going to have to reach out to my source. I hate people that play games like that, man. Just say yes or no. Just say yes, we figured it out, or no, we didn't. But this weird back and forth thing that he does is not, again, does not show, in my opinion, proper leadership, I guess. You know, the wishy-washiness is just not something that I can get behind. Okay, let me see here. Very last thing. Man, it was a hot one out there. My grandparents went to 2 car shows today. They won awards at both car shows. It was a good lucky day. The birthday coming through. And it looks like the weather kind of held out. I mean, at least it didn't rain where it wasn't supposed to rain and all that stuff. That's good. But man, does anybody know when this oppressive heat is supposed to stop? Is the oppressive heat supposed to stop soon? No, I think today they both won with the I think today they took the Pontiac to both of the shows. The 1957 Pontiac Super Chief. We're getting ready to put power steering on it, so it's easier. It's easier to maneuver. The thing is a bear. I think Thursday or Friday of the upcoming week. Alva says heat index today here was 109. I don't know what it was here, but I don't know that it was that high, but it was damn close. It's just, you can't do anything like that. That's so damn miserable. My grandmother, they were leaving to go to the car show today, and she was like, "Do you think that I need a jacket?" I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure you do not need a jacket. I'm pretty sure that you don't need a jacket." So, oh, I know what I want to do before we leave. Because I don't think Tim is going to play with me, apparently. He's apparently not going to do anything fun. I want to I want to show you guys. I don't know what I've done, but I've must have recently gotten into a new algorithm. I must have unlocked another algorithm level or something, and have welcomed another list of haters. The thing is, it's really interesting, and it's went this way for a long time. So it's like when I first started doing this, like when I used to be political, I would just do my own thing, and that was that. But when I started broadcasting and started making my thoughts and my opinions, out there, which is, it's not like I'm nobody. I don't have a platform. I've built the platform. Anybody could do that. Anyone can do it. If they don't like mine, anyone's capable of going out there and combating what I say. I don't see anybody doing that. But when I first started in Winchester, like, I said a bunch of things, and then the very next thing that happens is the onslaught of like a bunch of people that I don't know friending me on Facebook, looking to me on Facebook. Bing, 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 like 200 friend requests. And I remember telling like people, I was like, man, I'm getting all these friend requests, and they're like, they must be wanting to look at the drama. Like, I was like, oh, okay. Well, then directly after the friend request, what happens is I always get the onslaught of the people saying, well, who are you? Why do you get to say this? Why are you saying this? Who are you to put your opinion out there? And I always get on there and be like, yeah, I'm nobody. I'm just like you, boss. I have as much right to say this as you do. I am absolutely nobody. John Q. Public or even less. Just out here doing a thing, you know? And back then, it would always happen. And then, then I got involved with Gaston, and then I get a bunch of people from the Gaston area that are friending me. Then I say something, and then everybody's like, well, who are you to speak in Gaston? You're from Winchester. And the people in Winchester's like, he's not from here. He's from Muncie. And, it's like, what in the hell? So it happens. Well, then when I moved back to Muncie, everybody's like, well, who are you to talk about Muncie? You're from Winchester. And I'm like, holy shit. So I can't talk in Winchester because I'm from Muncie. I can't talk in Muncie because I'm from Winchester. So finally, when I finally got that shit beat down, and it's been a long time since I've had like an onslaught of people being like, well, I don't understand why you're saying anything. Like, what's the point of this? You're always just saying bad things about the people, whatever. Well, what I absolutely hate are these anonymous Facebook posts. I hate them. No. There's supposed to be some kind of a meeting on the 28th. That I'm gonna try to go to, but I didn't know anything about the meeting on Thursday, so I didn't go to it. But so the other day, I'm looking for this. I'm seeing if I've got it on here. I'd be so mad if I can't find it. Somebody messaged me, or not messaged me, somebody wrote a comment under something, I think under me. Oh, this might be it right here. Yeah, this is it. I love it. So I made my post about the Republican Party, the picnic coming up on the 9th. And I wasn't knocking any specific person, really. I was just saying, like, there's a bunch of chaos here. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Why there's no real leadership. And so the next day, anonymous participant 780 said the following. Now understand, this is a grown person going in here and commenting as anonymous participant 780. And this person says, Kristopher Bilbrey, I have to say, after following you these last few months, I don't like you because you like to stir the pot. You need to find some calm and peace in your life. Maybe take a break from social media. I said, well, dear Mr. or Mrs. Anonymous Participant 780, I would consider doing that if you commented as your real name. What do you think I'm going to do? Get you? But while we're here, may I ask you a few questions? First off, you've been following me for the last few months? Why? You don't like me. If you don't like me, why would you spend the last few months, the next few months following me? Why would you just not follow? That's nuts. Why not move on? Then it doesn't matter what goes on, what I say or don't say. Lastly, what is it that I do that you specifically don't like? Because I want this person to tell, like, what am I doing? And they're like, well, look, you might go after me. That's the reason, because of my opinion. No, I don't go after private people. You don't like me questioning what these elected people are doing? Why would that be a problem? Unless this is Piper's mother or, someone like that. You know what I mean? To say, like, I've been following you and I just don't like you. That is a very weird thing. So then today, this is amazing. 9 hours ago, anonymous participant 501 says, I wish this guy would put his money where his mouth is and run for office and fix it all. And this person says this on my post about chaos in the Republican Party locally. And I said, dear Mr. or Mrs. Anonymous Participant 501, I've been involved in politics for over 30 years. I've paid my dues. Now, just try to keep him accountable. Like it or don't. If you don't like it, scroll on, And they wanted to comment back and say, you don't keep anyone accountable. Everyone thinks that you're nothing more than a troll. No one says, oh, Kristopher made a post. Let's do better. You're just unhappy and mean. And so what I think here is a man wouldn't post this. That's not the comments or words of a man. A man is not going to say, oh, Kristopher Bilbrey, you're just unhappy and mean. That is definitely a woman. Definitely a woman. And it's interesting that it's all these anonymous posts on these things about Jessica. So I'm pretty much got it knocked down to Jessica's mom, essentially. Or maybe even Jessica. Maybe Carrie. Maybe it could be Aubrey Christ. I don't think so, though, because I'm not specifically attacking her. But it's just so funny to me. It's always funny, and it's interesting when it's like these people that comment along with it or like things like this that I've like never seen ever before. They're not involved in any kind of political thing. Someone said to me, like in the last week, I bet your job doesn't like what you post, what you're posting all the time. I'm like, well, my boss is sitting here reading the comment right now. And I'm sure he'll have a talk with me as soon as we get done. And so it's like, yeah, you're right. So these people the person commenting that must not know about the show. So I think that's interesting. So we need to do better about pushing the content out there for everyone. Share the show for everyone you know and those you don't. I just think that's funny. I love people ask me all the time, like, well, really, I don't get as much hate now as I used to. Because the number one thing, like, even the people that don't like me, they at least respect what I do. to some degree because I don't just put out wrong information. But I don't get hate mail the way I used to do. A thing where I would do like a hate mail, but I don't get mail, so it's like hate post. Like, this is the hate post of the day or hate post of the week, and I would make a big deal about it. But I don't get that as much anymore, and I love it. And people be like, "Well, I just don't know how you take it when someone disagrees." I'm like, first of all, I don't care if they disagree with me or not. That's fine. They're right. But second of all, if someone's telling me, like, if I'm posting about, let's see, if I'm posting about the fact that the Delaware County commissioners over two different commissioner bodies with James King and Stephen Brand are putting forward this mental health facility that they have not planned to fund, and they're not talking about that currently. They're not saying to anybody, hey, we've built this building for $7 million, but we do not have a funding mechanism in place to run this. That's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal. So when I make a post that says, hey, just letting you guys know, they say that they're getting ready to get the keys for this building in the next couple of weeks, and then they say that it might not be up and running until early next year, I just want to let you know that we're getting ready to go into the budget season, and I'm going to be listening awfully closely, because where we sit currently, they do not have a funding mechanism in place to run this. They don't. And when I post that and somebody gets on and they're like, I just can't believe you would say something like this. You're so mean. I'm like, what? You're mental if you think that that's okay and that someone shouldn't be talking about it. Or you're James King's wife, or you're, somebody... somebody like that, Brad Bookout's wife. Man, we're getting some good thunder up that way. That's sounding some crazy. I love it. Charlize Jameson says, happy birthday. Sincerely, Anonymous 47304. Yes, I love it. Happy birthday. Same to you, Charlize. Rebecca Crooms says, happy birthday, Chris. Hey, keep me in the loop. We're near to the end of the month, Rebecca. Let me know as soon as you hear that the Redevelopment Commission is meeting next month in August. As soon as you hear that, you text me ASAP. You got my number. The minute that you hear that, let me know. Maybe Delaware County needs to start a GoFundMe account. Well, if anybody is interested in hearing more on this and more of my thoughts on that, I'll be on the show tomorrow. It'll just be Kate and I, and I'll be talking about this. I've got a lot of Delaware County stuff to talk about tomorrow. So Sunday's going to kick off with a bang. Episode 496 will be kicking off with a bang, and we'll be talking about this. So I got a lot to say about it. Stumblefoot says, I didn't know how many birthday candles a Twinkie could hold until I seen it. Happy birthday, stupid Bilbrey. Thank you, Stumblefoot. Thank you. It's only money. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah. It's only money. Who cares? It doesn't matter. I don't know. Crazy. Well, I'm going to look here and see if I have a message back from Tim. I don't have a message back from Tim. I'm really embarrassed. I'm sad for him. I'll have to see. I'll have to go around him to get it, but whatever. So, well, Oh, look at this. Happy birthday, Cindy Ponchot says. She's probably just now jumping on thinking the show just now started. Tim Overton. I text Tim that you must have just jumped on before I started talking about that. I talked to Tim earlier in the week about where they're going to have the quote unquote picnic, and he said that we've been on since 8:00. He said that he didn't know they would have to have a meeting, yada yada yada. The meeting was scheduled to be for today. So I messaged him and said, hey, while I was on the show, I was like, hey, did you talk? How did that meeting go? Where did you guys land on something? Because he told me that they would be discussing that today and coming up with a solution. So I guess they either didn't come up with a solution or he doesn't want me to know. He doesn't want me to know ahead of him. Oh, let me go here and look and see if they've put it up in the... Give me a second here. Yeah. Let me know how that goes, Charlize. Okay. Give me 1 second. Yeah. You know it. That's it. That's absolutely what we did. No, I just told everybody because when we originally said that we were going to go live, I was originally going to be out at the fair in Madison County, and the fair was supposed to get over at 9, but we ended up not going out there because I called Catherine, and she said that it was raining and they were tearing everything down. So we just went ahead and did it from the house and made it simple. But I still told everybody I was going on at 8, so we continued to do it. It felt weird, and I knew there weren't a lot of people here. It was weird. And it's always weird when I go outside of the time slot. It's so strange. It throws everything off when I do that. Let me see here. Okay, great. Give me a second. Yes, well, Shannon Henry will be up for re-election, although I don't think he's going to run for re-election. I think he's done after this year. After next year, because the election's next year. So he's got the end of this year and the end of next year, and he'll be done. Matt Kantz is currently running for his seat. But I would look for some kind of trickery to occur because I don't think they're just going to give it up willingly. So something's going to happen. And then Sherry Riggin, she's here for another 3 years. She just got reelected last year, so she's here. She's here for the next little bit, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to bite down and take it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. So give me a second here. I'm texting somebody else about the party location. But I think we probably will have to wait yet another day. Yeah, nothing there. Great. Well, yeah. She seems like she's ready to rock and roll. Um, yeah, right. I text Piper all the time, but she she's afraid to text back. She's afraid to text back. Okay, the last thing we're gonna go over, or I'm gonna leave you with before we leave here. Are you getting it rain out your way? It sounds like it's pouring down here. Uh, all right. Well, I got nothing there. Let me look at this last thing because I'm trying to see. I want to get this answer, but I guess if we'll have to wait till tomorrow, we'll have to wait till tomorrow. Um, hello, Kid Rock. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome. And thank you for your birthday wishes. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not there. I was looking for one last thing, but it's not there either. So, alrighty. Let me see, ladies and gentlemen. Is there anything else I need to say? Nothing major. I did my part. I came on. I told you I would be on. I would be on here. My kitty's under the bed. My poor baby. Yeah, the thunder is really great. I want to go out and look at it before it. Let me see. Pull up the weather map here before we roll and see how long this is going to be going. I wish it would do this all night long. Indiana weather radar. Unfortunately, it's just those storms like Florida. They just blow through real quick. No. It's going to be a wham bam thank you, ma'am. Matter of fact, it's pretty much over now as we speak. And we might get more to blow up through the evening, but this one's almost over. Wheeling in front of Amazing Joe's has car flooded knee deep. That's crazy. I love that kind of weather. Man, the other day I was driving in it down Madison, and I'm telling you, it was just torrential downpour. I love that kind of weather. One of my cats is hiding, the other's on the prowl. Weird ass cats. Weird. Well, thank you all very much for your birthday wishes. I want to thank you for those of you that have messaged me on social media, or for those of you that have been on here. Didn't have much to talk about. This was kind of a throwaway show. I probably should have done it as a special, but I'm trying to get to 500 on next Thursday, so it is what it is. They're all not going to be the very, very level best. You know, it is what it is. But I'm glad that some of you have jumped on to spend your evening with me a little bit here tonight. Thank you very much. It, of course, means the world to me. So thank you. And please tell everyone you know, if you're interested in hearing about the Delaware County drug rehab mental health facility, we will be talking about that during tomorrow's serious, regular, normal episode 496 of the Political Spotlight. We'll be talking about a couple of other things that have a pretty good week planned for you guys. We'll also be talking about what happened in my conversation with Stephen Brand, and we'll be talking more about the solar ordinance stuff. So let those people know as well. We've got a big show planned for you, and a pretty good week of content all week long. So you guys take care of yourselves. Love and miss each of you. I don't know why I said I miss you. It is what it is. Powerball tonight, new studio soon. Keep the dream alive, Alva. That's what you need. Can't miss throwing a birthday greeting at you. Yeah, absolutely. We will be back here tomorrow, Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern as normal. Thank you all. Take care. Have a great evening. God bless each and every one of you. We will see you later. Good night.